Mlisema Eldoret imepanda status. It's no longer Eldoret town, it's Eldoret city. And according to me, a city is supposed to occupy people of different tribes. But ikifika LD, like Juicy, I went for an interview. I was shortlisted. I won't mention the company. I was shortlisted for interview. Nikaenda, I was among the last 3 people who were chosen. They were looking for an assistant accountant. So kufika pale, I went into the interview room. This interview room had 6 mature men who, judging by their looks, walikuwa above 40 years. So standing in that interview room, I expected them, or seated in that interview room, I expected them to ask me questions relating to accounts, economics, and investment, such things, and balancing books of accounts, checkbooks, and all those things that are involved in accounting. Unfortunately, they read my name out loud, Jemima Ombui Mosomi, and they couldn't tell from what tribe I came from. So the interview that they did to me was asking me, what is your tribe? Honestly and innocently, I answered my tribe. Tell me why 6 mature men look at each other, then look back at me, laugh, and tell me, hey, unatoka kwa kina Matiang'i, nyinyi ndio mnataka kututoa kwa serikali, you just go, tutakupigia simu. Like, what the fuck? Mi hata sijuani na Matiang'i, si lazima mkwe tribal, na msiingishe politics kwa kila kitu. Like, mi nikienda shule kusoma, Matiang'i was not there. And if I was related to Matiang'i, trust me, singekuja kwa kampuni yenu kufanya interview.
Wadau, hawa kale wameenda kufanya nini town? Ah man, that is so stupid. That is so backward. That is so backward. Kwani tuko 1950. This is a new generation. We have to do things differently. We have to structure how we are going to change lives. And that does not involve calling old men from the village and giving them 5,000 shillings to just come to town and masquerade with clubs so that people can fear to stand and fight for their rights. That is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. And that is among the most stupidest thing that our leaders in Uasin Gishu County have done. And if that is how things are going to be done, we should now start standing and asking questions like, why are we not given those things that they've constructed so that we can use them to make money? I think our country is falling. And the only way we are going to fight for it is by standing and speaking about the ills and the flaws that are in it. Like this stupid thing that happened in Eldoret some 2-3 days. And also today. Some old men who've worn masks and walking around with stupid clubs and trying to threaten the young people. And shouting some chants that people don't understand. When do you think this is a cosmopolitan town? This is not a town for Kalenjins. This is a town for people who are living in Kenya. No, that is so backward.
Pedro Samaki amesema kuna tribalism hii Eldoret. Tusikie hiyo video. Acha tusikie venye amesema.
The only place where tribalism will never stop, never in capital letters, is Eldoret. If you think I'm lying, tell me.
First, Pedro Samaki, unadanganya. Reason ni Eldoret kuna kwanga na different types of tribes. Kuna kwanga na Wakikuyu, Wajaluo, Wakisii. In fact, kuna hii wa Morgans iko hapa Eldoret, ni business ya Mkikuyu. Kama ingekuwa tuseme kama tungekuwa tribal, si ingekuwa imebomolewa. And then the second point, Kisumu, niambia one business iko Kisumu na inaraniwa na Mkale. Si hakuna? Wacha Udema tupe view yake.
Naitwa Blessing D. So my view is that there is no tribalism in Eldoret. First thing is that unapata mse wase wanatoka different countries kukuja kusoma LD na wajaifu kuzwa na mse si Mkale. In Eldoret there is no tribalism unless kawe mwenye umejiwekea kwa akili.
Hi. And finance here. Okay. And kama cheke mwaji la kwa nani? Mwenye alisema ati Eldoret kuna tribalism. Eldoret tuko mix up, hakuna kusema tribalism juu ukiona hata mahoteli manini yenye iko Eldoret mostly kuna yani sio wakale peke yake ama ni aje? Yeah, sio wakale peke yake. Na juzi kwa maandamano hakuna mtu aliguza vitu ya mtu, waliendea ule mzee wetu.
Wacha tuende tusikilizie hawa wase tujue kama kuna tribalism Eldoret. Wacha tusikie. Sawa, kuja. Yo, ni aje? So issue ni ile bado. Wewe kwako kuna tribalism Eldoret. Kuna dema amesema hapa hivi, the only place kuna tribalism in Eldoret. What's your view?
My view like ni ukweli na support your game vile anasema kuna tribal. Like Eldoret by the me na stick na my answer. Nilikuwa nimesema the last minute. Like unaweza ingia maofisi. Obviously utapata ni mkale tu wako ndani. Si rahisi upate like ima tribe nyingine tupate Kamau hapo pale nani.
So in short unasema tribalism iko Eldoret. Thank you.
For me, my point, tribalism hayuko Eldoret. Kwa sababu venye nimeishi huko Eldoret, naona kuna iko opportunity kwa tribes zote. Hakuna tribalism Eldoret.
Sawa. So kuna view. So unaweza tuambia tribalism?
Mimi naona hakuna tribalism huko.
Hakuna tribalism.
Hakuna.
So hakuna tribalism Eldoret. Acha tusikie madem. Sasa ni kuna certain video inatembea inasema aje tribalism iko Eldoret. What's your view? Tribalism iko Eldoret?
Maybe in context.
Yeah, unaweza sema like ukiona wapi kuna tribal like kina nani wakale ama sijui nini, unaweza tuambia?
Sina idea.
Una idea, but to according to you kuna tribalism iko? Sawa. To view iko tribalism iko ama iko? Iko. Tuambie one example tuambie. Hakuna. So guys, yeye amesema iko but ana reason. Umesema iko ama hakuna? Iko. Amesema tribalism iko Eldoret. So tusikie, acha tusikie hawa machali. Ni aje? So what's your view? Kuna dema anaitwa Pedwa Samaki amesema tribalism iko Eldoret. Unaweza mwambia aje?
Wewe dema kwa tu sawa. Tribalism iko Eldoret juu. Kuna time nakumbuka Chelili malisema ati Wakalenjin wachunge town yao. Niambie as an example, si hiyo ni tribalism?
Wako ni tribalism.
Ni tribalism.
Maybe sawa. Haya. Yaje?
Kwa sana.
Unaweza tupea view yako?
So mimi naitwa Gidi. Mimi nasema hakuna tribalism Eldoret because many businesses inaoniwa na different tribes. Hata like ukienda Africana ni mtu mwenye anaoni hiyo nini hotel ni a different tribe. Na pia institutions. Si wanafunzi wenye wako institution like Eldoret Poly, RVTTI, most of them si wakale wote. Yeah, different types. Yeah, hiyo ndio ni opinion yangu.
So guys, hivyo ndio iko tribalism iko Eldoret.
Do you guys know that the tribe that rules the country somehow dictates the tribe that will rule universities? So when Babu left, guys from the mountain were very particular about having someone from the mountain sit there.
Okay.
Like even the Luos in school knew it was now the time for Gema to get in. Because also remember, Uhuru was at the helm of the country. Right now, I know they will not like me saying it, but Rift Valley student leaders are so empowered. They are so empowered with their meaning. Yeah.
Black people are more concerned with their tribe being in control than they are with liberation from foreign control. Are you following me? I've seen it. So when the elections is coming up, it's not about freeing us from white supremacy or Chinese imperialism. It's about, are my people going to be the president? Is somebody from my tribe going to be the prime minister? And because they're more concerned about tribal imperialism than African independence, this democratic scheme that they run on black people continues because we're so petty and so small in our thinking. I just want to make sure his people don't get the presidency. I'm not even looking at the bigger picture. The white man knows this. The Chinese know this. So they come in, exploit, finance both sides. So no matter who wins, they get all the resources.
The Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, goes into the community where the president hails from and says this.
National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula rallied one community to rise in defense of one of their own who, he said, has been disrespected in recent times. Similar sentiments were echoed by Uasin Gishu Senator Jackson Mandagor, who uttered unspecified consequences targeting specified tribal groups whom they say have been critical of the current regime.
Nyinyi ndugu zetu wa Trans Nzoia, hasa jamii ya Wakalenjin, nyinyi ndio mnamzaa William Ruto. Na mumeona vile anachezewa. The first and last line of defense ya rais wetu. Mtu akija hapa na maneno ambayo haeleweki, mwambie wewe ngojea wakati wako ukifika utasema maneno yako.
Please remember that the Speaker of the National Assembly is third in line. If anything happens to the Deputy President, if anything happens to the President, he is the one who will be in charge. And yet, instead of looking as a symbol of national unity because he is one too, he decides to divide the country.
The first and last line of defense ya rais wetu. Mtu akija hapa na maneno ambayo haeleweki, mwambie wewe ngojea wakati wako ukifika utasema maneno yako.
He decided to incite the community from which the president comes from and say if someone else comes from out there. So that means if any other community comes to talk to them, they should tell them to come another time. It's not yet their time. My question is there a time that a particular community is supposed to come and talk to any other community in Kenya? Why are they segregating us? This is the Speaker of the National Assembly, shameless, saying that a particular community cannot come and convince any other community before 2027. My question is, when did freedom of speech cease? When does it stop? This is the Speaker who passes laws completely out of line. And that's not all. In the same meeting, this is what someone said.
If you continue, and I want to caution the Mount Kenya nation, mukiendelea namna hiyo, we are going to do an audit of what has happened in this country for the last 10 years.
If we continue like this, Kenya will burn before 2027. And mark my words, if these leaders are not put in check, if these meetings that are now being conducted by members of parliament, by the Speaker of the National Assembly, pushing for a tribal narrative, pushing for tribes to go against other tribes, we are in a very bad place. In a very bad place. And you could see even Kisumu, there are placards everywhere saying Kisumu for peace, Kikuyus should leave the Luos to also govern. These are tribal cards. These are tribal narratives that are being pushed by our members of parliament. There is no way the county government of Kisumu did not know that placards were on their streets, that the placards were put all over the town. There is no way. And especially during the Sabasaba Maandamano. So, the government is well aware of what is happening. ODM is also very well aware of what is happening. My advice is, as Kenyans, please shun away from tribal politics. Tribal politics will not take us anywhere. When you are out there not having a job, every other community is not having a job. Most of us are suffering. So for you to say or to think that a tribal card is what we need right now, you are very wrong. Members of parliament are leading us in the wrong direction. These are servants. These are people we elected to represent us. We are not your servants. We are the ones who choose you. And come 2027, all of you will go home.
Dear Kenyans, my brothers, my sisters, my fathers, my mothers, Wakenya wenzangu, as I take this video and talking to you, it comes from my heart. Are we truly ready for a nation that requires new leaders and not the recycled ones that we have been seeing and we have seen since time immemorial? People who have been in Jomos, Moi, Kibaki, Uhuru, and even now in Ruto's government, still circling around the circle of power, day in, day out. Aren't we tired? It's crazy that I go into the internet and the first thing we see is people popularizing individuals who have managed and have been in power in years to come, who have looted your money, taxpayer money at that. Aren't we tired that the same narrative of tribalism is being brought back? Are we forgetting that these politicians are friends?
enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.